Israel is again attacking Gaza after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu accused Hamas of violating the ceasefire. Hamas returned the remains of a dead Israeli. The Israeli government claims they're not from one of the hostages.
Following the identification process, it was determined the partial remains belong to Ophir Sarfati.
Sarfati was celebrating his 27th birthday on October 7th, 2023. That's when he died. He was not one of the 13 hostages whose remains are still missing.
The IDF rescued his body from Gaza in November of 2023, where he was later buried in Israel by his family. In March of 2024, additional remains of Ophir were returned to Israel for burial.
The government says this drone footage shows Hamas reburying Sarfati. Global News could not verify the Israeli government's claim.
I can confirm to you today that Hamas dug a hole in the ground, placed the partial remains of Ophir inside of it, covered it back up with dirt, and handed it over to the Red Cross.
An expert says it amounts to cruelty to a nation in mourning.
His mother now is facing opening his grave for the third time.
The strikes, Johns Hopkins University's Laura Blumenfeld says, are Israel showing there are consequences. Despite apparently recovering more remains, Hamas has delayed returning them, accusing Israel of violating the deal. Blumenfeld says this time, unlike in the past, the violence will likely be restrained.
I don't believe that it will spiral out of control because neither side wants to return to full-scale war, and most importantly, President Trump doesn't want to go there.
Several high-ranking U.S. officials have visited Israel to keep the deal intact. Blumenfeld says more are likely on the way.
We're likely to see violence ahead, but hopefully not this kind of gross violence that would spill over into an all-out war.
It's largely up to the U.S., she says, to prevent further conflict, even if it may not look like peace. Nathaniel Dove, Global News.